So we're headed into a farm depression. In places like Arkansas, they're actually starting to chop and just blow the corn crop onto the fields instead of harvesting and having to truck and dry the corn. It's at $4 a bushel, which is like where it was when I was like in 4th grade. Okay, so this is our farm. My dad's hauling shit today. And this is for Substack. So first thing is, I want you to understand how quick this is all coming. In October, the Federal Reserve is going to have a digital asset conference. And I've been talking about digital assets coming as not something alternative to the financial system, but are going to become how the financial system works. So we're on top of that, and that's why you're here on Substack. Now, in subsequent videos, you're going to hear how you can become part of not just the subscription, but become part of the foundation and potentially a partner or a founder. But before I get into that, I just wanted you to think about, okay, there's soybeans behind me. Here's my dad's tractor. It's as old as I am. So that's the classic John Deere 4020. It's the greatest tractor ever made. It's like the 30-06 of tractors. So, but back to tokenization. So there's going to be a lot of upheaval like there was during the Depression. One Saturday in 1931, I believe, 20% of all the farmland in Mississippi was sold one Saturday morning. So make no fucking mistake about this, people. This is all set up just like for the Ukraine, for the BlackRock to take our farmland. Like, this isn't even fucking hard. We put tariffs on China. China says, okay, we won't buy any of your fucking commodities. It's going to collapse the price of... I was at meeting with people. This is coal country, too, where I live. You can see it's sort of mountainous. I have no idea what that is. That's some sort of fire. That's not good. It's not our property. Anyways, so I was meeting with people that I went to school with. They have a big trucking company they run big triaxles. They haul coal around to the local power plants, and China's not buying any coal. They buy all our lumber, all of our hardwood lumber. They're not buying any of it. So they didn't put tariffs on American products. They just said, fuck it, we won't buy any of your commodities. So this is going to lead to a farm depression. Now, one of the ways they stopped the foreclosure upon farms during the Depression, the first answer is with shotguns, but let's all calm down. But the other thing to think about, I'm the guy that's been on TikTok for 4 years saying, look, people, you're going to wake up one day and it's going to be chaos. Everything is going to be mispriced, misplaced. The big towers in St. Louis sell literally for 4 cents on the dollar. That's going to start happening to the farms. Okay? You could make a good argument right now that John Deere will go bankrupt. You could make they can't get parts from overseas. They need things like diesel pumps and shit that come from Germany. They need components from Korea. They need components from Mexico, what have you. Trump says, if you go to Mexico, you can't, we're going to put 100% tariffs on the tractors. Okay, well, fucking John Deere can go bankrupt. As I explained in previous videos, and somebody sent me a thing right after yesterday. The op-ed in the Financial Times referred to Trump's economic policies as Bolshevik. Where have you heard that from before? Right here. By the way, let me leave you with this. Let me tell you something. So when I went to Yale, we put that post in right there at 6:30 at night, and I went in and ate dinner and went up and packed and went to Yale. But 2 quick anecdotes for you. The first one is, when I first got in, I took the train and went up, and went to see the football coach. I thought like that had something to do with me getting in. So I met, what's his name? Coach Carm Koza, I think is his name. And I met him, and it was like, he had no idea who I was. So I like walked around the campus. I was like, what the fuck? Did I get in here like just on academics? But anyways, the other thing I wanted to tell you, there goes Dad on a Bobcat. So what I wanted to tell you is part of the introductory process when you get there, like any college, is you get to meet the guy who signed off on your application. So they're going around the thing. I'm in Trumbull College, and the guy comes up to me and goes, "You're the farm guy." And I was like, "Yeah, it's me. I'm the farm guy." Anyways, but that's a lot of what, I put into these things. You have to understand that everybody in finance just has to parrot the same shit, right? You can't work for Morgan Stanley and be like, well, it's completely insane that Tesla's earnings are down 60% and it's worth $1 trillion. It's worth more than like all the farmland east of the Mississippi. No, you get fired. You can't address the truth in America in any corporation. That's why you're here on Substack. And it's, it's part of my personality. I'm a little Dutch, you know what I mean? I don't suffer fools. But let's get into the tokenization thing. Now, take a minute, just a minute. The first digital asset custodian has finally been approved. In the way that I used to do business with Charles Schwab, or the brokerage firm I worked for is based in Philadelphia called Janney Montgomery Scott. The first custodian for tokens has just been approved, and it's taken all this time of like, well, we're not sure if Ethereum is a security or not. You get the idea. So now we have a custodian. So the basic plan of attack here, people, is I'm going to just call it, let's get tribal. Let's start building tribes and tokenizing them. I know you don't exactly know what I mean by that. But just to get started, I went to the bank today. We began an audit. All the people that have gotten on board in the past are going to be reworked through all the paperwork and through the accounting to get tokenized, okay? And we're going to drop the basic pricing from, we were doing, I think, $1,200 or $1,500 to $500. We want to light up the first 12 regional tribes. They're not tribes. They're going to be something that's much more like a REIT, like a real estate investment trust. This would be perfect for refinancing and restructuring farmland. Let me give you an idea about that. This part of my dad's farm here is easily worth $1 million. It has a handsome 150-year-old house on it, and he has other property around it. So every one of these farmers that's, over the age of 65 want to spend the rest of their life on the farm. And then some young person wants to buy it. You can't just go to the bank and borrow $1 million and pay all the fucking interest to the local trust company. So we have to build new structures to finance all this stuff. Otherwise, BlackRock gets it all. You see how simple this is? Trump works for BlackRock, right? Who's the guy that told you you don't get shot in the ear by a 223 and survive? At least your ear doesn't survive. This is deep shit, people. Tell a friend. $9.95. Be a subscriber. Become part of the foundation. Become a partner. Stay tuned. And stay thirsty.